If, if we're playing our rocket choke for a little bit, can be good. Just because a lot of soldiers like to go really deep onto rock.
Yeah, up here is good too if you're like jumping back. Like I can see everything from here. It's pretty powerful.
But mostly we're gonna want to play left side. Left side is definitely better.
Okay.
If we're fast with our demo.
Okay, I'll probably like this. All right. Mids are pretty simple on process. A roamer I think can come over here. This is like a spot. You can be annoying to the enemy team by hiding back here, and then they have to like all be waiting for you to jump. And you can just wait, or you can jump, whatever you want.
Yeah.
For process, when we're holding passive, let's say we're holding mid and it's a passive situation, we can have like a scout up here. I can watch all entrances here, and then the med's healing. And if they come in, med can be out instantly, which is great. A lot easier than trying to get out choke, where even if you do get out, like they can still fly over you and stuff, and they can still shoot you. And we have to be like all the way back here, which is hard.
I think that works as long as we leave immediately, because we don't want to get cut off in IT by soldiers going fast.
You mean going through choke?
Yeah.
Yeah. They'd have to go pretty far back to do that, but it's possible.
Yeah, they would have to go pretty fast.
That one soldier from Sunshine who does that thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess you probably would have like a trap here or something. I don't really know where everyone else would stand. Do you have any ideas?
So here, I'll join and go scout. So yeah, so we could. I like the idea of having Pocket Scout watching this. With our med to run out through IT. I think we can have our demo put traps where he wants to, and then stand back at choke.
Okay.
And spot the traps.
Yeah.
And then we can have a scout standing on rock here, also spotting traps. And then we'll have Jacqueline and I, like if we're looking to do a force, like Jacqueline and I can hide to go for the force. So, you know, there are so many good hiding spots. If they're pushing in from this choke, you can have a soldier here. Like, this is great because you can just bomb. You can have a soldier, you know, even hiding here. Like, this is funny.
That could work.
Here. There's so many good spots to hide.
Even directly behind rock, just right under here, and then just, hello.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's clever.
That'd be funny.
Like
See the scouts jump over you. Back on this little awning is also very common. I mean, honestly, anything above AM, I think, like, people would check that too much, but in this div, it's just, like, it works well. And it's probably...
Yeah, if you have a scout also just calling when they're coming in choke, you can just literally bomb right on top of them.
Yeah, and bomb high so that you, like, fly over everyone and just land on the Meg's ass. Yeah, I think this is definitely a map where on mid we can, like, force them when we leave. And if we're doing that, definitely don't have anyone else get caught. We don't want, like, Jacqueline to have a successful play, but then 2 other people die, so it screws up the whole thing.
Yeah.
For holding close, it's pretty simple. I'm just going to be hanging out around here with the medic, probably checking in on Sue or just opening the door every, like, 10 seconds to make sure there isn't any shenanigans happening in there. Our flank doesn't need to go too deep, because then you could easily die. What were you saying?
Yeah, so I think we'll have just a scout or a soldier just kind of watching this entrance.
Yep.
And maybe sometimes taking it, just making sure not to go too deep. We'll have, you know, our demo playing in platform here with our med kind of back here near the pack.
Yep.
I can stand up on this rock as pocket soldier, if I can make this jump, and just spam. Or even just standing down here, close. And then the play that I really like is to do double soldier through choke, because you can just go so deep. Or even single soldier, and then Jacqueline can come up on sniper, and then we can play from, like, sewer.
I also don't mind the idea, like, in our match on Sunshine, the other team just, like, I think they had their soldier bomb into us on second 3 times in a row, and the 3rd time he did it, he finally got a force. And, like, you can just do that, like, just keep trying, like, for artificial, you know? Why not? Take your time, just keep doing it, and eventually you'll succeed.
Totally.
Depends on the timer and what our score is, but...
One thing they were also good at was pressuring the flank while they were sacking people in.
Yeah.
So, like, one thing we can do is we can move our combo. Like we can move like a demo, a scout, and our medic into sewer, right? And they can come and like peek sewer, like try and fight somebody in sewer, or like peek from Al-Qaeda here.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we have Jacqueline bomb in from choke.
Yeah, that's pretty safe usually. One good sticky spot is just right back here on Al-Qaeda, behind like the door. So when he peeks out of it, he just gets blown up from behind. You can also just put a sticky on the fence where he'll jump from Al-Qaeda. That's pretty funny.
Oh yeah, like this bomb from Al-Qaeda is okay, but it's very obvious.
Yeah. And if we're gonna be having our med in the spot that I put, I don't know if you saw the picture I put in improvement, but then you wouldn't have to worry about Al-Qaeda too much. But I don't think other people will be doing that. Let's see, what was I saying? Oh yeah, another thing. I think probably rather than starting with double soldier bombs, we would have like you do this regular bomb just off of here and then there, as if to fly at the medic, but then curve away and then just go into sewer, and then like right as you're doing that, have Jacqueline starting a bomb from all the way back here, and then they all waste their ammo trying to air shot you and shoot you out of the air, and they're all like looking at you. Maybe they even chase you, and then Jacqueline comes flying in, and you don't die, and Jacqueline's our actual play.
Yeah, if I even if I get a buff, even I can do the big jump, or if I can do it, if I can remember how to rocket jump. Pretend I do a big jump here.
Right,
I can just curve around to Al-Qaeda and live.
Yeah, you can do that with an easier jump too. Yeah, whatever. As long as you just come up into the air and make everyone on their team scream soldier bombing, and then they see you, and then you're not actually the real
I can even walk up to choke and just do this.
Yeah.
Land over here.
Okay. Yeah, and I think that the bomb off of that big deep bomb would be great for sacks, because it's like they can't see you coming, and by the time you appear to the enemy, you're already at speed flying through choke. You'll be able to reload a rocket halfway there, I think, and land with 2, and then hit 1 with the medic. If the medic surfs it, I'd say jump at the medic again, so that way, like, because it keeps you alive a lot longer if you jump again, and then, like, if the medic sees you landing on them, even if you have 0 rockets, like, that's going to be a force.
Yeah. One thing I can even do when Jacqueline's going for that bomb is I can jump through here and, like, spam at the med.
Yeah.
And back up into sewer.
Yeah, I think so. Make sure not to die, though. That having people, like, do a really big distraction could be a great way to get people to just really die when we're only trying to lose one person. So, I mean, as much as you can do while making sure that you won't come close to dying should be fine. Okay. When we're on second, I mean, do we sack from second into mid, or is it just their turn to sack if we're on second and they're on mid?
If we're holding on second and it's even, I think it's usually their turn to sack and make a mistake.
Right. I guess counter bombing, though.
I think what we can do from second is we can do a lot of plays where we, like, rotate heals and players to, like, try and get picks.
Okay.
Like, we can have people walk into IT, or we can rotate players into sewer and try and catch people there. Like, you can do, like, big bombs also.
Right. You don't have to go for the med. You can just go for picks. Come to IT for me. One thing is just having both soldiers stand here, and then have the scout bait. You can even taunt, like accidentally hit your taunt key, right? And then they're like, oh, and then boom, boom, they're gone.
Destroy them.
That's a pretty easy way to get a pick. I think if we are going to have a roamer sack, if they're not watching IT, or if they can kill the person in IT, sometimes you can get away with just walking through here if they're not paying attention or they don't know what they're doing, and then just
big time. Medic. Like, one of my favorite plays is to literally just, like, walk up to the entrance of IT and, like, make people think they can get the pack and then just shoot them off of the pack.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen. Like, they should be playing in a way that doesn't let that happen, but again, it's AM, so it's definitely worth, like, taking a peek to see if they're going to let you get away with it. However, that's definitely, if they're doing the thing that we're doing, where they're waiting and being patient and seeing if we get dumb enough, then you will die. So it's like, it should be, you should be okay with sacking, like, because that might be what it ends up being.
Totally. I think also we can like play. We can have Faye play sniper, or I can come up sniper.
Who?
Or sorry, not
Faye.
Faye. Jacqueline. We can have Jacqueline because Jacqueline's a sniper main.
How many sniper mains we got on this team? Are you a sniper
Well, I'm
main?
not a sniper main.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a sniper main.
Jacqueline. Okay. Yeah, sniper could work. This is a pretty good sniper map. Definitely from sewers. This is scary having a sniper just appear here.
Yeah,
you
I
could
have a
definitely-
clip where I get like two, like a med frag and a scout frag from sewers.
Yeah.
And I'm not even a good sniper player. Like, or I'm not great.
Anyway, let's move on. Last. How do you want to hold last? Just the normal way, I guess. Whatever. Like medic up here. Combat
Yeah,
here.
I really like having the medic playing up here.
Yeah.
Especially if we're on disad, because you can kite across
hmm
really easily, and you just have to make sure you have somebody contesting point
Okay.
while that's happening.
Yeah, they probably will
um,
flood the point though and just kill that person. But if you have decided, it's a tough situation to begin with.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's even, I'm fine holding a little bit closer here,
Right.
because people do like to push through one. But another thing we can do is also just hold up here on the other side, very close to point, just getting ready to drop down.
Okay. So by default, we'll just be on the right side. We'll have our roamer and our flank scout should both be over here. Medic should be ready to arrow them, because they have to go all the way back here for health. And when they need to get ammo, they should talk to each other and make sure they're not leaving it completely open.
Totally.
Be careful not to walk in here and then get juggled right up against this wall. It's a very easy way to instantly die. And yeah, I mean, getting greedy in lobby... If our flank is coordinated and they're like working together to try to get a kill in lobby, I'm okay with that. If it's just one person trying to be greedy, then it's easy
Don't
to
do
die
that.
here. Yeah, like if we're gonna be dumb, at least be coordinated in our dumb stuff.
Totally. Like, I can walk up even as pocket soldier and, like, fight people in lobby, as long as I have my flank with me.
Right. Okay, that's pretty much it for the last hold. For clearing last...
One quick hiding spot in last, if people want to try it, is you can come over here.
Just be
Ah.
on the edge.
If you get it exactly, yeah, you can just basically hide there and no one will see you. It's kind of silly.
Huh. Okay.
I've done it once or twice. Anyways,
Interesting.
that's a very dumb play, but
For leaving last, we should make a plan for like how to leave last while clearing everything, so we don't have to always leave a roamer behind. And even if
totally.
leaving roamer behind, like they could just 1v1 the roamer. It's not guaranteed even if we do that. And being down a player is pretty bad.
yeah.
So
I think we should have our pocket. I think we should have pocket scout, demo, and med come through one
two.
or through two. I mean, we should have pocket soldier go through one, and then we should have our flank scout and our flank soldier go through lobby.
Okay, and check the boiler.
And one
People
person
can-
should go lower, and one person should go upper.
Yeah. Check this spot. Check lower before going up.
Check boilers.
Check here.
Check behind the crate here.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a spot. They can
people
like
really love hiding behind the crate.
yeah, or even back here. We should
up in
know.
heaven.
I wouldn't say. I don't think we have to go up and check heaven unless it's a really chaotic fight and like we don't know. Because during a fight we should notice if someone went up here. But if it's a chaotic fight, then we can have someone check that.
Yeah.
And also if we are back here is another hiding spot. If like people are leaving that way, like a scout can just stand here, and like it can be
that's
pretty
true.
sneaky if people don't.
Can you stand?
People go
Can you
this way.
Oh, you can get up here too.
Oh. Yeah, it's just if people are going the other way, it's like you wouldn't think that someone could hide right there, but they do. Okay, so that's good. That's how we're gonna leave. Probably check underneath here as we go out. Sticky traps, I put up that one in the improvement channel. You can put them in this light, which looks fun, and also this light, which you can watch from really far back.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
Underneath here is a
I like
nice
that.
spot. You can watch it from over there. And you can snipe from all the way at the end of lobby and try and hit like the meg's dick. Just pretty funny. You can snipe there.
Oh, let's talk about holding, like, getting ready to push into last
Yes.
for a second. I want to have either a roamer soldier or a pocket soldier standing here, because this is overpowered.
Nice. I like that.
We should have, like, our demo playing just here on platform, like sticking big door, and having a sticky trap maybe even on rollout
Yeah.
with, like, somebody spotting it, which could be the soldier who's standing up here.
Okay.
We want somebody like just kind of dedicated watching lower, which could be a scout standing up on this
Probably
platform,
me.
and
Yeah.
probably have our medic like back on the stairs here.
Yeah. Probably
Or
avoid
up
being
more
down
towards
here.
point to hide from snipers.
Yeah,
even.
the sniper could be down here. Up here you should be fine once you get this high up. I don't really
Yeah.
see a sniper unless they're crazy hero shots.
Yeah.
Um,
one cool trap spot. Let me-
Where are you?
One cool trap spot is right here. Or right here. Let's see
Oh,
if I
from
can
the
get it.
bottom. Yeah. It doesn't. I tried that. It doesn't seem that sneaky though. I mean, it's kind of sneaky, but like when I'm here, I can see that though. It's not super obvious, but it's
That's true.
okay. This pack, no, it's high up. Some maps have packs that are on the ground, so you can just hide it inside of them. But in this map, they're all pretty elevated. So our default push into last, I think, pretty obvious. Scout demo through 3, and I think we should pretty much always be using through, because there's a lot of places you can hide stickies on here. Right down here under this little thing is one spot, just right here.
Yeah.
And since
Yeah.
we're gonna be already like pretty close to them when we get in, we don't really need to be milking. Yeah, I'd say just use in demo, just get in their face, and the
Yeah,
demo man can actually get on the point and then start trapping their spawn while capping the point if they go back into spawn. So that should be a pretty much auto win. What were you saying?
Yeah. As a soldier, I'm gonna come through and I'm gonna do a skip jump and I'm gonna land up here
In heaven?
in heaven.
Okay.
Because a lot of teams will try and I can cut people off here.
Yeah, and you can kind of play this corner. This towel rack is also... You can get up here. People don't really realize this, but it's okay. I mean, they can splash you, but high ground is always good. And it's not the first place people check. Also, one thing we don't do enough of is body blocking the point. When we're capping, and like if it's getting close, just standing right here, because they already have a fence here, so you can like stop them. It's situational, but it's definitely pretty useful. It can have a big impact.
Yeah.
I always forget to
If it's
do
a
it.
long Uber fight and they exchange, we should be trying to end up here on the high ground too. Like if we can get our med and our demo up here in a post Uber, demo can even trap spawn and watch it, or just trap point. And then we can have our other players bait point.
Okay.
And that's a really good way to play the post.
You said have our med demo up here?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, because I can see if I'm on their team and I see the cap coming, I'm running this way. I'm not like taking a fight over here.
Right.
Unless I'm
It's like you have to
completely-
pick your poison. It's like
Yeah.
contesting the point or trying to
Just-
kill their combo.
Yeah, like, well, I guess I'm getting blown up from behind. That's... yeah.
Yeah.
Our alternative push, I think, should be through 5. A lot of teams will play really close to the left, and we can come in through here and, like, not use, and, like, maybe even, like, we could maybe go for the point, or more likely we'd actually just start going into heaven, and, like, coming up here, and then someone can be, like, touching the corner of this point and making them... just giving them lots of different problems, and being smart. And definitely, like... the pressure is on the defending team. Yeah, that's a good thing for last pushes in general, is all of the pressure is on the defense. Like, we don't have to cap the point now. We could wait 10 seconds. We could wait 10 more. If we're capping the point, they have to stop us now. It's like,
Yeah.
they have no choice, and they're also just under pressure in general. So just using that pressure and, like, baiting them out with it, and taking ground without, like, losing anything, but not, like, committing totally.
Yeah, I really
then
like the
having
push through 5.
cap.
I think another thing we can do is if we have full Uber ad and we know that they like to play close here, like the push through 1 isn't the worst thing, because you can use right onto them.
Yeah, I mean, 3 isn't that much farther away. Like, with 3, you'll definitely have enough time to get in here and blow up anything that's here, or at least force it into spawn. If you go
That's
through
true.
1, you can. It's kind of the same thing, but you have the chance of getting stuffed. If they have a pyro,
yeah.
I mean, you could run pyro to block that push, but like, they probably won't push here. So heavy also
Yeah.
can stand in the door, and like you can still shoot most of the stuff, and then you can like, I mean, you could just take one step back and resub. So that's really useful. Like you never have to die on heavy, really.
Mm-hmm.
Engineer can also be good. The gun here is pretty meta at this point because it can't be spammed much. I guess maybe from
Yeah.
4 if someone like
You have
goes
to like
here.
get in.
But it's pretty good. You can put a dispenser down there and even have the medic if it's going to be a really long last hold. Okay, so pushing through 5 is when we want to be like slow about it. Pushing through 3 is just the standard gap in their face. Either frag them or force
Yeah.
them back into spawn and then bait the cap with the flank scout. Actually, we should...
I think if it's even Ubers, I think the push through 5 is better because you can kind of milk.
Yeah. And like have a scout like get close enough to start like getting the stickies off and then, you know... And then, yeah, like let's say you get in and you get the stickies off the point and nothing else has happened yet. You've already gained an advantage for no cost. And that's just something that you can do. Let's see, so we covered pushing out of last. Yeah, and I think we'll push our combo through 2.
Oh, I want to
leaving
talk real
last.
quick about the passive second hold.
Okay.
We should have our med in sewers, standing with like a scout, getting ready to run out. Our demo should also be with them, preferably with like traps up, like ready to det.
Yeah. This spot right here can be a good trap just right there. Once they step
Yeah.
over, boom. We could have a roamer like hide in here.
Totally.
If they go lower, they'll probably find you, but it's an option. I don't know, maybe the roamer could just be up here and then just like fly onto the med.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of shenanigans the roamer can experiment with. Perhaps you could even just hide behind Spire. I guess you're not that close then. Or you could hide behind this fence. Or you could just do
Here,
you could do the
let me-
super bomb. You could just go to mid and wait and then do the
And do
fat
the big
bomb.
bomb.
Like have us leave. And maybe we could even like you could kind of wait longer than they would expect so they're like all the way in. They're like, "Okay, we got the point." And then oh shit. I guess
Yeah,
it would be
then
dying
you're in.
later, but yeah, lots of stuff to try. We also don't have to have a roamer die every time.
That's true.
I guess Soup, you could probably. I mean, could you be up there for a passive hold, like, because you can still jump
Totally.
out, right?
Because I can spam this and then it's just one rocket jump and I'm out.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing about passive holds. It's not like how many meters from the door are you. It's like how fast can you get to
Can
the
you
next
leave?
point,
Yeah.
and how quickly can they chase you. And so like there are some situations when like a demo man could be like really close and still passive because he has like a sticky waiting for him to jump away with. Okay, but that's holding passive second. We and if we're passive but they're on mid, let's say, then where do we want to stand? Kind of far back here, right? Maybe on bats.
What'd you say? Sorry.
If we're holding passive second and they're on mid, pushing into us.
Oh, and they're on mid pushing into us? Yeah. So we're probably going to have our med on bats. Just watching. Or our med back here with the scout getting ready to run out. This I don't like as much. It's a little bit harder to see.
Yeah.
But if you have a soldier watching, like, you still want your soldier up here for the passive hold.
Right.
This is great. And then you can even have, like, your roamer hiding right here.
Nice. Roamer could be back on Al Qaeda too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you're going to have your demo playing with your med and a scout playing with your med. And then your other scout can just be watching. And, like, you want your other, like, your flank scout during a passive hold to be watching the flank. So you probably have your flank scout kind of peeking IT. Just make sure, like, standing kind of right here. Making sure people don't get through IT.
Good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, they might try to push through IT if they're trying to catch us out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just something I was thinking about is for when we have ad and we're trying to push in, I think there's basically 2 ways you'd want to do it. And like one way is to try and like catch their team and kill everyone and then roll them. And the other way would be trying to get in without using. And for the no
Yeah.
use, we could like go through sewer and then just like slowly work our way in. And the further we get in safely, the more they're just gonna be like, just leave, because they don't have Uber and they're scared.
Totally.
And if we come in slowly, then like we can keep all of our scouts with their eyes up and like keep checking hiders and just take the ground because they can't fight us. Otherwise, they lose.
I think it's a really good way to play Uber Ad.
Yeah.
Because it's just safer.
But definitely don't
If we-
drop. Even though we're saying like we're trying to not use if you're forced. Like don't, because we really don't want to drop. So it's okay if we do have to use. But
Yeah.
But I honestly think that like amateur teams are going to be thinking, oh, we have disad, that means we leave, and then we just do that. We don't have to use.
Mhm.
And I think if we are trying to catch them out, maybe we could go through IT, but have the soldiers both do the big bomb thing. That would be pretty aggressive.
So I think what you do for that is maybe if you know they're passive holding, right? Like if you've like the thing is, like some amateur teams aren't even gonna passive hold when they have disad.
Right.
But if you know they're passive holding, right? Like you know their med is far back. What you can do is you can have your combo come into have your combo already in IT,
Right.
right? And then you have your soldiers, since we're both going to be on gunboats, right, for this map, do your big bomb. And, like, they think you're sacking in, but then your entire team comes in at the same time. I think...
Yeah, I mean, they'll probably... If they're not holding passive, then they're already kind of screwed. I mean, that's basically the same thing. Yeah, that's the aggressive one if we're trying to catch them out. If we think they're holding too close. We can have, like, if we think that we're going to have ad, let's say, we could have a scout maybe, like, come into IT and, like, peek real quick at 80%, see where they are, see what they're doing.
Yeah. And, I mean, we can even just force through choke. Just, like, walk in through choke and check the hiding spots. And have a soldier bomb like this and land here.
Yeah. Okay, let's say that's our
Because
default.
this is just...
Or,
Yeah.
should we be using in that situation? Or, like, if we're trying to bait them out, would we maybe not use right through the doorway and then, like, see if we actually need to?
I think if you play it methodically enough and you have a scout checking for stickies,
Yeah.
you're probably fine.
Yeah, definitely, though, when we're pushing and we have Uber ad and they're being passive, watch out for that sticky trap, because that's the way that they can actually kill us without them committing, and that's what they want to do. So, sticky traps are going to be the biggest risk.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that everything? We covered second. You guys saw the thing I posted about the way that we could hold second, having the med up here instead. Did you see that?
I don't know. Let me look at improvement.
I could just show you if you want. You can look up here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, the med
Yeah, I see.
can like bunker down in here. He's super close to the roamer in the flank, so he can heal them.
I actually really like that.
Yeah, it seems pretty unbombable. And you definitely have
That
like a
seems
roamer
really good,
right
actually.
here, so like if anyone tries to go through choke, they're gonna explode. Oh, and the Dome Man, this is also a pretty big deal. Is Dome Man can get heals and then he can lob pipes in, which if he's doing that continuously during stalemates, you can definitely get a 2-pipe on someone, or even if they get low and then you pipe them, it's just a free kill. Yeah, Dome Man definitely has pick potential because like instant 100 damage from any range can be pretty powerful. Obviously it's not consistent, but in situations when you have all the time in the world, that can work.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely also, I want to work our pick classes. Like, I think playing Spy is also fun because people don't expect it, and we have a good Spy on our team.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's no reason.
I mean, what medic is
Not
spy checking in
often.
6s when there's no spy called?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Honestly, I think we could try like running spy like in a first round, because a lot of times people run like their normal strats for the first couple rounds and then they get deeper into the other stuff. And like running spy, like let's say we like have like, you know, a mid and we win but we don't like roll them and their medic survives, just having like the roamer switch to spy like after his death at the first mid, the first death, is like not expected, you know?
Totally. I think, I think that's actually a really good idea.
Like how Shade used to like run crits to the first mid. It's like, why not, you know? Just because it's unexpected, because you wouldn't expect someone to be acting weirdly at the beginning.
Should we talk about crits?
Oh
We a
boy.
crits team?
I mean, if you run crits, you kind of
I'll
have to be
only run
prepared to
crits
get
and
stuck
one
on crits.
exception.
What'd you say?
Yeah, I'll only run crits on one exception. If I drop into disad and the med is not on 100%, because that is still redeemable, in a way, because I'm gonna be able to build faster because of the 25%, and we can make like a surprise aggro play because they're gonna assume we're still on